Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one of our weekly Attack on Titan final season discussion videos. Today we're here to talk all about episode 26 titled Traitor. Before we get into it though, welcome back to the show, the Startacular Stella Luna.
Hello, hi.
She back. Also, second week without a gold star.
This is so sad.
This is so sad.
This is so sad.
It's so sad. It breaks my heart, but no gold star this week. And there's so many good Floch faces that I could have put in the gold star. It's a heartbreaking moment. But maybe next week. Let's try to get to 200 likes for the next gold star. 200 likes on this week's video before the next week's video comes out, and you will get your next gold star. But with that said, let's go ahead and dig into it, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's dig into it.
Let's dig into it. So there's a lot of things that happened this week. I think the most obvious is the Connie situation.
Yeah, but we will...
I want to save that.
Save that, yeah, I was about to say.
It's a good place to end the video with, is because I feel like Connie's stuff has like the most to dig into.
Yeah.
As well as Magath. Magath does a lot this week that makes me go like, damn. Like, I've always liked Magath, so I'm glad that like his character took that turn, because now I can be unapologetically a fan of his. But yeah. You know what we can talk about though? Just to really piss some people off. Might I, if with your permission, can I make fun of this man Floch for a little bit?
Go right ahead. I'm not going to be the one getting mad.
This man Floch. This man Floch is lame. This your boy? Is this your man's? Is this your man's? This is your man's? This absolute loser who got his ass kicked by Kiyomi? He got his ass kicked by a random older lady. She just judo flipped this dude when he had a gun to the side of her head. Keep in mind, gun to the side of her head, and she flipped him and held him in an arm, like, whatever you call it, an arm lock thing. Like, she literally held him down.
To be fair to Kiyomi's, to give credit to Kiyomi, Mikasa not only got one good side of the genes.
Apparently so, yeah. Apparently Kiyomi's also a badass.
Leg and another pant leg.
Yeah, she got a good pair of jeans. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kiyomi made that man look foolish, right? And I know somebody's gonna be like, yeah, but like he saw through Armin's plan, so you gotta give him some credit. I literally said, and Stella can quote me on this.
Yep.
I literally said that I almost that I really wanted to give Floch something, and I was gonna give him credit for seeing through the plan. But let's be real. That was like the equivalent of them just walking in there like, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Like that was so suspicious.
It really was.
It was so suspicious.
I'm like, Connie, Armin, you know for a fact that everybody knows that you're with the scouts.
Yeah, that to some, like, to some degree they don't trust you, right? Like, I know that, like, you did try to help Eren for a little bit, but, like, it's very clear that they don't trust you, right? Like, so to just charge in and be like, we need the flag boat. Like, of course Floch would be like, why didn't y'all take the train? Anyway. And they just, like, I'm like, I can't give that to him because it was too obvious. Like, if he didn't get that, I'd call him an even bigger idiot than he already is. So, like, no. And then, here's the thing that I can give him, is that Floch is a cockroach. Right? Like, Floch, with emphasis on the cockroach. Yeah, exactly. That's what Stella said.
He's literally a cockroach.
He's a cockroach. Emphasis on the cock of the roach. Right? Because he is just, he's such a dick. But, like, yeah.
Not like, because cockroaches are just gross. Like, this is not why I said it. I mean,
although, that's why, that's like, part of it.
But yeah, gross. Part of it. But the fact that once, he saw through the plan and everything, he, like, jumped. By the way, he like jumped out that window so fucking fast. But then he was next to Reiner and Annie, who transformed, right? And you were like, you think, oh, he's dead. Like, he's just dead.
I cheered. I was like, oh, he's finally dead, right? Like,
nope. And then we watched the preview.
And he's alive.
And he's alive.
This man's luck stat is insane. Like, this man has ridiculous luck. Like, this man put all his stats into luck and nothing else. It's like...
He's the person on the D&D campaign you really don't want there anymore.
Yeah, he's the person in your D&D campaign you're like, oh my god, can you just, maybe I shouldn't play with this group anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's the type of person to make a D&D character and be like, he is the ultimate of all ultimate gods! Yeah,
he's the edgy McEdgelord.
Yeah, it makes an OP as fucked character, character.
But they're not actually OP, you know what I mean?
They're not actually OP, but
they're just
luck. OP.
Yeah, he just thinks he's great. So that's exactly who Floch is. Like, the fact that this man, instead of, doing anything, he's like, I have to get out of here. And he just, hightails it out of there. I'm like, yeah, that's right, you run away from that older lady.
Well, Mikasa was in there.
Mikasa was in there, but, literally, he had a gun! Because, you can't take it away from Kiyomi. Kiyomi's an absolute badass, and I will have none of it. She literally had a gun to the side of her head. Mm-hmm. Right? And then he turns and he goes to shoot one of her friends, right? And just before he could shoot one of her friends, she leaps at this fool, takes the gun away, and then locks him down, flips him, in an arm lock. Mm-hmm. And the only way he could get out was to use his fucking maneuver gear. He couldn't even physically get away. He had to use the gear. Punk bitch. This episode, I was eating this episode. It was a feast. Nothing makes me happier than watching Floch get punked out.
Now I know how much you love seeing Floch get the shit kicked into him.
I wish it was worse. I wish Mikasa got her hands on him. But
anyways,
yeah.
Let's go back to towards the beginning of the episode before they initiate their plan, where Magath talks to them, right, and he apologizes, right, because he's talking to. I've got gum in my mouth. I'll take it out. It's hard to talk.
Okay, I was gonna say for you were going, so I was gonna let you go. But all I was thinking was man, all of the Floch stands were like, thank you. I'm glad somebody around here is cutting this man up. Introducing Stella is probably going to be a benefit going forward because anytime Floch's around, I'm just gonna want to be like, this punk bitch. Every time, I can't wait for this man to die.
JoJo just sits there and is like, hold me back! Hold me
back!
I'm like, why aren't you holding me back? Why aren't you holding me
back?
Why
aren't you holding me back? Come on, hold me back. I'll get him. You leave me in a room with this man and you pin him down because obviously Floch would kick my ass. Right?
Well, anyways, yeah. Magath, he explains, he apologizes to the group. He apologizes to Annie. Not Annie, Connie.
He does. He apologizes to all of them.
Well, yeah, he apologizes to all of them, right? And, he essentially asked for forgiveness, and it was... He
even begs them to stay out of it.
Yeah. And then Armin says, no, and he's like, he's like, I refuse, right? And I'm like, damn, Armin.
Armin didn't want them to go in alone. Armin's like, maybe we can talk to them, and even still, if we can't and there is a fight, I'm not gonna be the one with clean hands.
Yeah, and then we also see the part where Hanji is looking, out and looking at everything, and then she notices
the steam,
which at first I thought was maybe a storm because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I did too.
What you meant.
Well, because we even said nothing's ever easy. They're gonna try to fly out of here in a storm, right?
Yeah.
But it was worse.
But it was worse. It's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worse that the rumbling, the
Colossals.
all the Titans, all the Colossals, more than likely already made it across the ocean.
They're in Marley. Well, they're Hanji, in Marley. By Hanji's guess, the northern cities are already just screwed.
Yeah.
They've been hit already. Which I don't where is I forget the name of the camp that everybody lives in. But where is home? Where is the camp, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I assume safe, but whatever got hit, it was enough that Magath gave the speech, but before he did, I was like, he's gonna kill our girl. Like, I was like, Yelena's super dead.
Yelena.
That scene was vicious.
It
like,
was
I felt
vicious.
really bad for Yelena. I was like, that sucks.
Well, like, because, like, Yelena, like, honestly, Yelena, she was just a follower of Zeke. Sure, she, like, also was following Eren, but
to an extent.
To an extent, yeah. Like, she like didn't know about any of Eren's plans at all.
No.
She was just going to, follow Zeke's plans. And then when that, fell through because Eren was like, we're going to start the rumbling. Just like feeling cute.
Oh, you thought we were going to,
Feeling cute, might start the rumbling later.
Yeah, like, NVD, like, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. Eren Yeager.
Nobody said it. Eren Yeager.
Nobody said Eren Yeager.
This is the first episode in a long time nobody said Eren Yeager.
All right. Next episode, we're gonna be drinking and we're gonna take a shot every time they say Eren Yeager.
Eren Yeager. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go.
So if we're drunk next episode,
you'll know why.
You know why.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're not doing that.
No. We'll die.
We will die. But yeah, like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaking scary to think that the Colossal Titans are like
they're moving that quick. Yeah.
They're moving that quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my god, like that's like I mean like they're big, right? Because like you know how fast, like that the Colossal Titan in the entirety of the show, right?
He's pretty slow.
He's pretty slow, and he's just kicked down the wall.
Yeah. He just kind of stands around and occasionally waves arms, right? Like we've seen Bert. Like, I think we've seen Bert do the most, right?
Yeah.
Where, like Bert like waves his arms. He can like let off the steam and everything. But like for the most part, every other Colossal Titan, like we see them all the time. But like Armin doesn't really do much as the Colossal. His Colossal's cooler looking, if you ask me. But and the Colossal Titans we see here, they're just kind of like walking. But I think the thing is like. Because to me, I'm like, but they just left not that long ago. Like, the rumbling stopped happening in Paradise, like, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Right? But that's just because there's so freaking many of them. That's how long the line is. Right?
Yeah,
like,
which is crazy.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, it was scary. But yeah, so Floch saw through it. And, even when Armin and Connie went up to, whatever their face's name is. I don't even remember what their names are.
Daz and they are characters. Like Daz in particular, I remember, right? Because and I could be wrong. Like comments section, like correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Daz was a character, right? So I was like,
there's
I feel
so
like
many
we know
characters. I can't remember all of them if they're not constantly shown in my face.
Yeah, like I know people who forgot who Hannes was, because I'm like, fair enough, like. We saw Hannes at the beginning of season 1 and then he disappeared until season 2, right? So like, I understand. Like there's a lot of like cadets who they introduce and they just kind of like, Isayama doesn't necessarily expect you to remember, but like if you remembered, it's just kind of like, oh, there you go, like neat. Now watch this character die.
Well, and it's funny because like they both, like his Connie and Armin are like, you have to defuse this because blah blah blah, and they're like, well, we heard you were against Eren and that you are not with the Jaegerists and stuff like that. Like you're trying to stop him. He's like, oh, where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that? And
that was
they, like,
so funny. Like
the most fucking suspicious that they could. Oh my lord. I was like, boys, you guys better be glad that you're scouts and not actors.
Exactly. Yeah, you would never get a job anywhere.
You would never get a job.
All I was thinking was just like that like clip from I think it's Parks and Rec, like, or is it Parks and Rec? I don't remember, but it's like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Yeah, that's all I was thinking. Don't be suspicious. Like, so funny. Now, mind you, it does not end funny.
No, it does not end funny.
No, it does not. But yeah, it's crazy. I gotta say too, before we get into like Connie and everything, like to circle back to Magath very quickly. I do want to say Magath is a character I've always liked. I'm glad that he rightfully points out that the reason why he brought up justice in the past was not because the scouts are to blame. Like he recognizes that no one on Paradise is to blame for the things that happened 2,000 years ago. Yeah. Right? Like that is not your fault. And the only reason why he was so adamant was because he had to justify his own actions.
Yep.
Right? And I was like, Magath, you are my guy. And I was just like, this freaking guy. Like, ever since the first time that he hugged Gabby. Like, way back when he hugged Gabby and was, like, so worried about her, I'm like, this might be a good dude, right? Like, back when Eren first attacked him, like, shit, Magath might actually kind of be a good guy.
Yeah.
Right? Not a good guy by Titan standards. At this point, nobody's good anymore. Like, nobody's truly good. What is good at this point, right? Like, that's, like, nobody's a good person.
Lawfully good.
What's that?
No one's lawfully good.
And nobody's lawfully good. Everybody's either chaotic good or chaotic evil at this point. But, like, or occasionally some true neutrals. But, yeah, like, it's seeing Magath, like, not only Magath, but also Annie say, like, you know what? You guys are right.
Yep.
This is not fair to you to ask you to fight the Jaegerists, because even though the Jaegerists are fascists, like, they're literally, like, the worst thing you could be. But they're also people who you guys have fought beside. You know that they're not to their core bad people. They're being brainwashed by an idiot and Eren, right? Like, no offense, Floch fans, but like, you gotta take my pot shots where I can get them. But they're basically being manipulated, right?
Yeah.
Like, because again, and I've seen so many people say this, but Eren doesn't give a fuck. Like, Eren doesn't care. Eren doesn't care about these people. Eren cares about Armin and Mikasa and his main crew. I'm sorry if you think that Eren gives a shit about Paradis, but he does not. Like, because, like, I'm sure people are gonna be like, no, he cares about Paradis. No, he doesn't. He's never given a shit about anybody else other than his friends and his family. That's it.
I do think...
And even then, he doesn't give a shit about his mom. That's for damn sure. Eren, I see you.
The one thing I do think is that, like, while he is not necessarily trying to protect Paradis, like, that's not, like, his main goal type thing, he just knows that, like, if you take away his freedom, you're also if you take away Paradis, you take away his freedom as well.
Exactly. Because Eren's whole thing is, like, you're not... If you're gonna... Like, Eren's whole philosophy is, if you try to take away my freedom, I'll take yours first.
Yeah.
Right? So Eren's like, you're gonna come for me, I'm gonna wipe out all of you.
Yep.
Right? And he's feigning, like, I'm doing this for Paradis, right? But really, he's doing it for himself, because at his core, Eren is a selfish character. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Eren is selfish, right? And look, but, like, I know I just called Eren, like, a douche and a dick, right? But, like, I still have, like, Eren still has a place with me, right? Like, because he's Eren Yeager, right? Like, I've known this kid for fucking seasons upon seasons, years. I've been with this character, right? How long ago did season 1 come out? We've been with Eren for
2013.
years. 2013. We've been with Eren for nearly 10 years. Like, obviously, to some degree, I'm always going to root for him, but not here, right? Not like this, right?
Nope.
Like, and again, like, there's a lot of, like, people are like, even our buddy Sun is like, Eren is on his Lelouch shit right now, right? Like, maybe he's trying to be the villain so that no matter what, they have, like, no matter what happens, Paradis and his friends are safe. Whether he takes everybody out or they take him out, no matter what, they're safe, right? Like, that's probably Eren's plan, if I had to guess, right? And if I'm going off what Sun was talking about when we were talking with Sun, and even just, like, context clues from the show, like the way that he only ever really cared about his main group of friends.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're Eren, because a lot of his actions don't make sense for the character that we know. That's always been my big problem, is everyone's just like, I love Darth Eren, which is the funniest name you could give him. Well, but like, it to me, it's like, it's in character, but it's not, because it's not the boy that we know, unless that's the plan. In which case, I'm like, that actually makes sense, because that still sticks within Eren's character.
Yeah.
But he's still manipulating the Jaegerists. Like, no matter, you can't convince me that he's, like, actually, like, doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Same thing with Floch. I'm like, Floch just likes power, right? Like the Jaegerists are being manipulated.
Like I said, though, is that, like I've said before, is that Eren, I don't believe Eren is the villain. I think Eren is an anti-villain.
I think Eren is, also he's a protagonist.
He's a protagonist.
He's literally the protagonist.
He's the protagonist.
But he is very much an anti. I would consider him an anti-villain, because what he's doing is villainous, but it's for altruistic reasons.
Yeah, and because before I called him an anti-hero, before like when I was still catching up. Yeah. Right. But then when you find everything out, I'm like, no, he's an anti-villain.
Yeah, because you can't call him a hero at that point.
You can't call. He's not a hero, but I was like, definitely an anti-villain. But anyways, we're just talking about the show. We got to talk about the episode.
Well, these are podcasts at this point.
Okay, but let's stay on track. Come on, we gotta.
See, aren't you guys glad you have Stella here?
Stay on track.
Sorry,
okay.
Stay on target.
And stay on target. Okay. So with the Connie and Armin scene now.
No, my heart can't take it.
I know, and you've been avoiding it. That's why you went on to this topic.
Well, because Connie's like one of my favorite characters at this point, right? Like, like I've said, like, the thing with Titan is I've always been like, here's my favorite characters. This guy. Even Floch, who's a character I hate, I also kind of love Floch, right? Because every time I see him, I'm like, you piece of shit, right? Like, every character in the show is so beautifully written. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Floch is the type of dude who wants power, but also I understand his reasoning, right? Like I understand why he wants Eren, right? Because he wants a devil to take over the world, right? To protect Paradise. I get it. I just don't like the guy. And when it comes to all the characters, no matter how you feel, they're all so beautifully written. And with Connie, the theme of being treachery is throughout his whole character, right? Like, He constantly tells others that he's sick of being betrayed, that he's sick of traitors, he doesn't like this, he hates this. Literally pinned Oniya Capone to the side of a wall and he, like, tried to choke him out because he thought Oniya Capone had betrayed them. By the way, Oniya Capone is my boy. But, friggin' Connie essentially is called a traitor.
Yeah.
And the way he screamed made me think, like, I think he thinks he is. Right? And to an extent, you could argue that he kind of is.
Well, because,
right? Like, because the scouts have become the Jaegerists. You know?
Well, yeah, but not to mention, though, is that, like, the reason he would be a traitor is because he just lied to them. They were trying to lie to them.
Yeah.
Right? To get what they want. Right? They were trying to act. They were trying to act like they were their friends. Well, I mean, they are their friends, right? But they were trying to act like they were on the same side.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what a traitor is, someone who acts like they're on the same side as you, but really they're a traitor.
Is working for the opposing force, and that's what technically Connie was doing. And I think that's what makes that whole scene so damn sad, is because like Connie has been dealing with this shit for such a long time. He's a character who wants to, like, he even told, like, Armin in the episode where Armin, stops him from killing Falco. He says, like, I wanted to be a soldier my mom could be proud of. So let's go out there and save some people. Like, let's go be heroes. Like, let's go save some people, right? Look at this. Look at what happens. You know, like, it's, like...
And
he's still saving people, but to do so, it's not like, this isn't like Sunday morning or Saturday morning cartoons, right? Like, where the hero jumps in, saves the day, nobody gets hurt. Like, at this point, it's become so chaotic that, like, you're gonna have to do some really nefarious shit in order to save people.
Yeah.
And so Connie being forced to take out his two, like fellow cadets, like, that sucks. Like, I felt really horrible for him. Like, cause he knew, like, if he didn't, Daz was gonna kill Armin.
And probably kill him.
Right? Like, so he did what he felt like he had to do. And it's not like Connie hasn't killed people. Like, we dealt with that in the first part of season 3. You know, like, we dealt with the scouts learning that they're gonna have to start killing people, not just Titans, right?
Yep.
But now it's even worse. It's instead of killing people, it's friends. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and he says, like, we are friends. Like, because the other guy that he pinned down, whose name I've forgotten, says, like, I thought we were friends. Right?
And Connie
says that we are friends. And like, you know that what he wanted to say is that's what makes this hard. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because we are friends. And the thing is, like, there was no time to talk. Because to me, my big thing is always just like, you should have done what you were always supposed to do in the beginning, sit down and talk, right? Like, but there's no time. Because we just saw that Magath, you can change people's minds. We just watched it happen with Magath. But in this situation, there's just no time.
There was just no time, and also, like, we had already seen them shoot Armin.
And oh, my heart stopped.
Oh my Lord. I'm like, how many times is this boy gonna have to like pretend to die?
Exactly. I'm like Armin, I'm gonna really need you to
time.
stop, man. Like,
Yeah, I need you to stop being in the harm's way of death. Like, please just don't die. Like, Armin is my favorite character, and I just everything stopped for me. I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like, here we go again.
Not again. First, my boy was extra crispy. Then he tried to jump into Connie's mom's mouth.
Like, I know. I was like, this boy, this. Cause okay, you know what's crazy though about Armin and his character, right? Is like when we knew Armin back when they were children, he was too afraid to do anything.
Yeah. Now look at him.
Now he's reckless.
That's just it. Erwin, goddamn, my husband. Look what my husband did to my son. Like, just turned him into a lunatic. I can't deal with it.
I can't. I'm like, Armin, stop.
This is Erwin's influence, 110%.
Yes.
Like, this is Erwin's fault. Like,
but anyways, we saw that they were already ready to kill Armin. There was no stopping them. They would have killed Connie, and that's why it's like, oh, you should have just sat down and talked. There's no time to talk because they already made up their minds.
Because like the only like in that situation, like when they after they had like defused the detonator, right? They're even like, because you could say like even there, like if Armin and Connie were like, listen, what Eren's doing is wrong. We are on the Marleyan's team, but you have to listen to us, right? Like there wasn't any time because right after that, Floch opened fire.
Yep.
And that's when Mikasa jumped in, and then Floch dove out and said like they're against it. Like there was no time, right? And it sucks because like I don't like seeing Connie in pain anymore because the boy's been in pain for the entire final season, right?
It's
like
true.
Even further, like he's been this boy has been in pain since season 2.
I know.
Like since he found his mom, it's been nothing but like pain for Connie.
I would say Connie is so when we talk about like good character, I'd say he is the most good out of all of the characters. In my opinion.
He's like the everyman, you know, like he's
just because he did kill those like dudes, right? Like he killed his friends, but at the same time, he was gonna die if he didn't.
Yeah, they would have killed him, and if he doesn't stop them now, Eren will destroy the planet, right? Like he'll destroy the rest of the planet. So it's like, okay, like at that point, it's like, yeah, you have to do. Sometimes the good guys got to do something bad, right? Like that's just the way it is. And it's funny because like Connie, Jean, and Sasha to me were like they were the everymen, right? Like they were just like the regular people amongst the main characters, right? Everybody else is like an Ackerman or a Titan or Erwin Smith right? Or Hanji, right? Like they're like crazy smart or like incredibly charismatic or like super strong. Whereas Connie, Jean, and Sasha, while Sasha's a crack shot, like Jean's a really good leader, Connie's a badass with the sword, right? Like they're good soldiers, but they are the most normal, right?
Agreed.
So to me, by default, the most like good, quote unquote, right? Like they deal with the most, like especially Sasha, right? Like, but even then, nobody's hands are clean at this point in the show.
No.
Right?
No.
Like even Sasha killed some people who likely were good people, right? Like when they were in Marley.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't think there can be any good guys without getting their hands dirty somehow.
Not at this point in the show. Like the only one I can think of is like Falco, maybe. right? But even
Speaking
then,
of Falco, I was so ready to see him transform. Titan.
If I don't see this boy's jaw tighten, I'm gonna be real upset. Next episode, because I'm not gonna lie, like, well, because over there right now is, because we know Magath and Hanji went with the scouts, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I am now including Reiner and Annie back with the scouts at this point, because they're basically the same team. So like they went with the scouts, and Peak. I think Peak is there too. I don't super know. No, Peak's not there.
No, Peak's not there. Peak
is with Peak is with Falco and Gabby, and Onya Capone and I think Yelena and Levi. Yeah, Levi. Because no offense, Levi ain't doing shit right now.
He's kind of out of commission.
Yeah. But yeah, like Falco, I'm betting you next week Falco like turns to Peak and is like, okay, you have to teach me how to do this really fast, right? Yeah. Like, because like what's the fastest Titan? Jaw. The jaw moves Titan. Fast, right? So like, I bet you like something's gonna happen. Falco's needs to use the jaw, right? That's my guess.
Also. Yeah. We saw the female Titan for the first time.
Yes.
Season 1.
This is the first time.
Female Titan.
First time we've ever seen Mappa's female Titan, and she looks good. She looks cool as hell. Good.
Yes. I was like, yes, because I love the female Titan.
She's just cool.
She's cool, right? Yeah, she's super cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm surprised.
Go ahead.
I'm just surprised, like, I'm just, like, thinking, I'm like, we haven't seen it since season 1. It's been a hot minute.
It really has. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been. No question.
Answer.
Does the female Titan always stay the female Titan, even if a dude holds the female Titan?
I would assume yes. Only because they refer to it as the female Titan. So I would assume even if you're a guy, when you transform, the Titan still looks like feminine to some degree, right? That'd be my guess. I don't super know. Like, it's a good question.
Because it could be like the male Titan, the female Titan.
The male Titan, yeah. Like, I could see it. I don't know. I'm curious. Well, because with the female Titan, I feel like her big thing is kicking. Right, like, because like she's always been like good with the feet, right? Like she can like whoop people's ass by kicking, but she's also wicked fast too. I think she's like the most nimble Titan, right? Like, the jaw is definitely the most nimble, but that's just Galliard though, because our girl's jaw was not that great. Ymir's was not good,
No.
But she wasn't trained.
No.
So.
Yeah. I don't think there's much to talk about now. I think we talked about the whole episode.
I think there's always something. People are gonna be like, you didn't talk about it. I don't know, man. We try to hit everything.
And do you know how many times after we're done recording, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, we didn't talk about this thing.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this. It's like, dang it.
Yeah.
The fact that Levi was asleep for most of the episode.
Okay.
He's a
sleepy boy.
He's a sleepy boy. He's recovering. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I wish Gabby did more, but that was about it. I can't believe I say that now. When Gabby doesn't do much, I'm like, man, I wish this episode needed more Gabby. Can't believe I'm saying that.
She like didn't even say anything.
She literally was just kind of there, right? She just kind of like cemented Magath's turn. That was about it.
Yep.
Like his face turn, which just means he's turned into a good guy. But yeah, Gabby didn't do much. Gabby hasn't been doing much for a little bit. My girl been awfully quiet. Gabby hasn't done much. Falco hasn't done much. Levi hasn't done much, which is weird because like Levi's my boy. But I mean, to be fair, he kind of looks like a mummy. So I don't exactly think he's gonna be doing much outside of like resting in tombs for a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah.
What else do mummies do? I don't know. Fight Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you, Stella. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was an amazing reference. I'm sure the comment section loved it.
Yep. Anyways, outro.
Okay. And there you have it, everybody. That is going to wrap it up for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to boop that up snoot, share if you care, leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and set notifications to let all of AnyTube know that you are here. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out our Discord so that you can actually be notified when new videos go up. And of course, you'll also be notified when we're streaming over on the other website that starts with a D. On top of being the best way to get notified for new videos, it's also a good place to discuss with fellow anime fans and stuff like that. So if that sounds cool to you, go ahead and join us over on the Discord, link down in the description. Also linked to the description is our Patreon page, and that, along with the join button right beside the sub button, are great ways to help keep this channel afloat. You will find our Patreon page for as little as $1. You can help keep this channel running. And of course, a big thank you I have to give to our masters of masters, the true legends, Asaki VT, Elizabeth Just Elizabeth, JCran23, Jeremy P, Matt87 Eagle, Shadow Creative, Shiorans, Stephen G, Stevie W, Trapmaster, Trevor W, and Tristan G. Thank you all so much for being so freaking cool. I really love and appreciate all of you guys for your tremendous support of this channel. And if you too would like to have your name shouted out at the end of videos, once again, go check out that Patreon link in the description or hit the join button right beside the sub button. Either way helps out a ton. And that's it for me. So until next time, clean your room. Just trust me, a clean room is a clean mind. Maybe do some Tai Chi. Maybe drink lots of water and brush your teeth. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.